Again, this is part of what we read last year in Latin 3. So we got the enemies, and here it's talking about Nervii. We got an ablative of manner with the greatest shout. Okay, then you got Sakuti, just as if. Okay, and then here's an ablative absolute here. With victory now, having been produced and confirmed. This verb comes from pario, which means to give birth. I think we can just say produced. I don't think we have to say gave birth. Okay, then one thing that could get you confused here. Oh, well, hold on. This is called hysteron proteron, which means like to say something that hasn't. No, hysteron proteron is like instead of saying a brick wall, you're going to say bricks and a wall. Like breaking up two things that really don't need this and here. But anyway. Okay, so one of the things that could trip you up on this translation are tures and testudinesque. If you're not careful, you'll make those the subject of your sentence. Okay, but if you look at it, hostes, you already have hostes as the subject of your sentence, and it makes a lot more sense if you keep them the subject of the sentence. Okay, so we got the enemies began to climb hold on, sorry. The enemies began, we forgot about the Zachary, to drive up the towers and the tortoises and to climb up the wall with ladders. But so great was the virtus. Remember, don't say it's virtue, it's courage. So great was the courage of the soldiers, meaning the Romans, and such was, I think they did that as such was the presence of mind that, okay, and this is a result clause. How do we know it's a result clause? Because of this tanta right here. Okay, so we have we have a clause within a clause here. So we got kind of, this is our second clause. Okay, so that although, this is a concessive clause. So although on all sides they were being burned by means of flames, and were being overwhelmed by the greatest multitude of weapons. Okay, and that's where the coon clause ends. No, it doesn't. Scratch that. Okay. And they understood, or they understood that, since it's an indirect statement, all their baggage, all their own baggage, and all their fortunes were burning. Okay, this sucker right here is what's known as zeugma. Okay, zeugma is one verb that has two objects that mean two different things. So for example, like he gave her his hand and his heart. He gave it in two different ways. Zeugma. Okay. Okay, that's the end of your coon clause. Okay, so we got not only did no one depart from the wall for the sake of deserting, but almost no one looked back. Okay, and then this ne quidem is even. Not almost no one, not even looked back. This is your subject, anyone. So, but almost not even anyone looked back. And then all were fighting most fiercely and most bravely. So go Romans. They're tough as nails. They have ice in their veins. And that's why they win. This day was the most serious, superlative adjective there, by far, for our men. But yet it had this result, that on that day the greatest number of enemies were being wounded and were being killed. Okay, then look at this it. This ut, you're going to translate it as, because this is not in the subjunctive. So ut with something not in the subjunctive, you're going to translate as. Look, that's not in the subjunctive either. Okay. As they had, looks like constipated. That's really kind of what it means. They had crowded together themselves under the wall itself, and they were not giving, hold on, okay, I think recussing is our subject. No. And they were not giving a retreat. Oh, the ultimate is our subject. The farthest ones were not giving a retreat to the first ones. So in other words, it means like the rows of soldiers were so crowded that the people in the back were pushing up against the people in the front, so that the people in the front had nowhere to turn or do anything. They had to fight. So the people in the front couldn't retreat because the people in the back were pushing them forward.